What's up, everybody? This is Talkin All That Kazz, and I am DJ Kazzeo. I want to thank you for checking out this particular episode of Talkin All That Kazz. On this particular episode, I got another great interview that I conducted here on my radio show at 90.9 FM KHTC in Salinas, California. But before we get going with that, I want you to go to this address, djkazzeo.com, and connect with me on social media. Whether it's on my Facebook, on my Instagram, on my Twitter, or even if you go and subscribe to my Mixcloud channel, you can hear all my radio shows that I do in their entirety, music, commentary, and interviews. But this right here, Talkin All That Kazz, this is for just the interviews, okay? I want to thank everybody who checked out the first round of interviews that I put up. Now we're on to the second round. This particular round, I'm going to focus on 2019, but I'm going to sprinkle it in with some more current stuff too. So you never know what you're going to get. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy another edition of Talkin All That Kazz with me, DJ Kazzeo.
This is KHDC, Chular Salinas, 90.9 FM, and K281BR Hollister, Radio Bilingüe, National Latino Public Radio Network.
Esta es KHDC, Chular Salinas, 90.9 FM y K281BR Hollister, 104.1 FM, Radio Bilingüe, la red nacional de radio pública latina.
That's right. A little bit past 7 o'clock right here. It is 90.9 FM KHTC Radio Bilingüe, Santa Cruz and Monterey counties, 104.1 FM if you're out in San Benito County. Let me turn this down just a little bit because I am joined by the superstar, the most talented person in my address book on my phone. And she goes by the name of Sharyn Maceren.
Hello there.
Sharyn, hello. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I did.
All right. So what's happening, Miss Maceren? It's been a little while since we had you on the show, so fill in the gaps. What's going on with you right now?
Woo! Oh man. Let's see. There's been so much going on. First of all, did you know I'm also taking you with me live on Facebook?
No, I'm gonna have to bring up my Facebook right now because I had to bring my laptop with me because I have my notes that I put together, hard hitting questions to ask you tonight.
Yes, I'm waiting for those.
Yeah. So we're on Facebook, on your Facebook Live right now. People want to check that out. How do they do that?
Just follow me on facebook.com/Sharyn Maceren, and then it should just go on your Facebook feed by then. And I'm also trying to take you all on IG Live too.
Wow, look at you! You must have like 33 devices right in front of you, all pointed at you at the same time.
Yes.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous. I would expect nothing less. I would expect nothing less from an artist of your caliber.
The only thing is, I didn't get your intro.
My intro? Which one? What are you talking about?
Like right when you got on. I was like, I wasn't sure when you were going on, so I didn't put it on live yet. Hey everyone, we're on with DJ Kazzeo on his Club Rock show. Say hi everyone, wave, woo!
See, I love hearing my name said, especially by artists. I love hearing it. So I know that the big venture that you've gotten into recently has been Sharonland.
Sharonland, yes.
My first question regarding that is, what's the median price for residency at Sharonland?
The median price for residency?
Yeah. If I want to buy like a house there, how much does that cost?
It's definitely in the millions, that's for sure.
Got you. But I mean, there's a few things about it, but I mean, break down, what is Sharonland exactly?
Sharonland, it's basically, I was always thinking about bringing back an online store to my world. And, a lot of people, they just have it at their website, like say, djkazzeo.com or, SharynMaceren.com. And I just felt like I wanted to always give my fans an experience and, just make everything fun, from the music to the videos to the store. And so, slowly but surely we're getting some merch in there, some albums. I know a lot of DJs want vinyl, so we're going to try to add that too. So that's definitely going to start being in the mix, because people keep asking, when are you going to have vinyl? When are you going to have this? And so I'm so glad that the fans and the DJs and family and friends want to let me know what they want, because that's how I figure out what needs to go out there.
I hear you. One of the most attractive things available on SharynLand.com is actual Cameo style videos from you. So yes. I mean, talk to me a little bit about what exactly differentiates your Cameo experience as far as from the other, the actual Cameo website, and is there anything that you wouldn't take as a request for the Cameo videos?
For the Cameo videos, probably 99.999% of my songs I'll do. So yeah, 99.999% of my own songs I will do. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure my fans like, most of the favorites or whatever. And then I love most of my songs. Some of my old school songs, I was kind of inspired by some artists like Janet, and it was kind of being a little bit extreme, a bit it's a certain way that I wouldn't necessarily sing anymore. But, I guess if people like those types of songs, they can always just listen to it on the album.
See, I like the fact that you and I have had so many interviews and so many conversations. You know exactly where I was going with that. Because I was trying to see, is there a triple price range that where I could actually get the one forbidden Sharyn Maceren song? And what's funny too is that I went back and I was listening to an old interview before you made the decision to ban that song, and you had asked me one time on the air, I was having you sing a song, and you said, "What song do you want me to sing?" And you said that one, and I passed on it.
Oh, whoa, that's funny. Yeah, so that song's totally off rotation. It's been banned.
Damn. Well,
first of all, let's say hi to all the fans that are on Facebook Live and IG Live. Can guys and girls, can you all hear DJ Kazzeo? With me, I have him on speakerphone, so I want to make sure you all can hear everything.
If people are tuning in San Benito County, they can tune in on 104.1 FM, or if they're in Monterey or Santa Cruz, they can tune in on 90.9 FM.
All right.
And also, too, tomorrow morning, this whole show will be up on my Mixcloud channel, too. So they can go back and listen at their leisure.
All right. Yeah.
So, we went through actually, I had another Sharyn Land question on here. Well, you answered it already with that no prices available for that one. Okay, so I got a bunch of hard-hitting questions. I'm going to hit you with those in the next segment. But okay. Let's talk about the Tears I Cry remix that's available on the One Deluxe Edition. Because that's what we're going to jump into in a second here. Tell me how this came to be.
That was pretty cool because, long story long,
Perfect.
When I was thinking about releasing the One album, I was just so set on releasing it in July of that year. I started working on it December of 2017, and I was like, this has to come out in summertime. Mm-hmm. And so by the time summertime came, my only thought was to have it released and to have it released as a digital album. So once we had the digital album, for all the fans that were with me since then, we were, releasing singles, single after single after single after single for 11 months. and then, and then fast forward all through, God Only Knows, and then 1111 remix, triple disc album. And then finally, I was almost set to start making new music, having a new single, having a new 5th album. And then it just like dawned on me, like it went into my heart and my spirit, and it was like, wait a second, like you still have not released the one in a physical form. So then once I really realized I needed to have my collection, I have Always Dream and I have Nighttime Land, I have Sunkissed all on CD. When I realized I needed to make it the one on CD, I thought, why don't we make this a deluxe edition and give the fans who might have already gotten it, give them some new things, give them more fun, more songs, more adventure. And so there was one track that my producer, Joe Granberg, I worked with Joe Granberg and Lenny Ruckus on the one, and there was one track that he had sent me that I always loved, but I never could hear like an actual song on top of it. So I just kept hearing Tears I Cry, and I would just sing it like, the tears I cry, cry, they never fall. And I just kept singing that over and over. So I called him up. I was like, hey, Joe, I really love that, track that you sent me one time. Is there any way we can make like a dub of Tears I Cry on it? And he's like, do you want a dub or do you want me to like actually remix it? And I was like, whatever you feel like. I just only hear this dub. And so a couple of days later, he comes back to me, and then he actually made a remix, and the whole song went on top of that track, and it was like, whoa, it's so sick. And it's one of my favorite tracks that he did, and I just love how it transformed that song into this other dimension that I never knew was going to happen.
And there it is. That's the story behind the Hyperspace remix of Tears I Cry, available on the One Deluxe Edition, which is available now for order. So if you want to get it, it's available now. Go to SharynLand.com and make an order for that. And she'll even sign it for you.
Yeah, I'm so excited for all the people that had ordered it. Like, there was like a specific first batch of orders, and the first people that got that, like we asked whoever were the first 1,000 people to order at that time, they'll get an autographed poster as well, so they're going to get added gifts to their package. So yeah, if you were one of the first 1,000 to order, then you'll also get a gift. I was 1,001. Damn. That's all good. So you know what? Let's jump into the Tears I Cry, the remix. Hang on the line, because those hard-hitting questions, they're coming your way in just a couple seconds, all right? So hold on the line. Let's get into it. Sharyn Maceren, Tears I Cry, the Hyperspace remix goes like this. Ooh.
Yes, and we are back here in the studio. It's 90.9 FM, KHDC, Radio Bilingue here in Santa Cruz and Monterey counties, 104.1 FM if you're out in San Benito County. And I am still being joined by my very special guest, super special guest. She's talented. She writes her own songs. She produces her own music. And above all that, and she's hot. So, what more could you ask for? Miss Sharyn Maceren.
Muchas gracias. Salamat.
Hey, so, I was thinking about it, during the whole lockdown that we went through this past year and a half, and we're slowly starting to come out of, was there anything that you discovered about yourself that you previously didn't know?
Yeah. Let's see. There was a lot of, how do I say it? Since I've started music, since the very beginning, since my first single, the way that my music world has been, it's been this weird adventure, this weird journey where it's like, okay, you know, for example, with Hard to Get, like I met a producer, we worked together, and it's like, okay, and then I had a single out. And it was simple as that. Like, I was still very, very young at that time. And then,
You're still young.
I know, forever young.
I mean, come on, you're not old like I am.
Yeah, thank you. So after that, it was like, my life was just kind of like, by the time I wanted to work on Always Dreamin', I was dreaming about working with Glenn Gutierrez, and I was doing a radio interview at the time, and then I got contacted by Glenn, and then we started working together, and so, like, my life was just kind of like that. It was like, and then after that, I wanted to own my own record label and do stuff super independently. I wanted to be my own boss back then, and so I did that while I finished my last year of college, and so I released my third album on my own, and then just did things from there. And so by the time it got to lockdown, and it's like, now what do I do? There was just like anything that I wanted to learn, anything that I kind of wanted to do on top of that, including like making Sharyn land, things like that. It's like I this time I had to keep educating myself, like independently. So like outside of school, like, oh, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so to go from, you know, I've never had like my own online store just right there, then and there. I mean, I have, but not the way that I'm doing it now. I always had to keep learning every single thing. Like, say if there's 10 different things I needed to learn, I taught myself all those things. And so now it's like I'm at this point where, you know, I update my own website and create my own website. I update my own store and do that. And amongst other things. So I think that's what I learned, is that when I really want to do something, even if there's 20 things, I will teach myself that, and I will find a way to make things happen.
No challenge is too big for Sharyn Maceren.
There should not be any challenges. Anything we want to learn, the world is our oyster, and we can find it. You know, there's so much education that's available to us, and so definitely anyone out there that has a dream, anyone out there that wants to learn something, anyone out there that wants to live their dream life, you can. You just have to know what it is, and you have to take steps. Even if it's baby steps, you have to take steps to get to the finish line. You cannot get to the finish line without taking one step at a time.
I love how you nonchalantly throw in song titles in your responses. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Which one?
You said Dream Life.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, because all these things are part of me, and they end up becoming part of my brand and part of my brand story. It's all like, it's just who I am in the end.
Well, you know what? Speaking of something that's a part of you, here's a question I was thinking about. What is one pet peeve that you have that would shock your fans?
A pet peeve. That's funny. You know, the minute you talk to me about anything that would like annoy me,
that's your pet peeve. Whenever you talk to me, that's your pet peeve. I got it.
Pet peeve, yeah. It's like the minute I even have to think of something negative, my mind goes, you know what? Forget about it. Like, life is good. And so that's like my immediate response. Obviously, everyone has a pet peeve. Obviously, there's something that like will piss somebody off, right? But it's like that's the thing that just comes to my brain. Like, who cares? Forget about the negative stuff. I just always focus on the positive.
Okay. Well, that's a strong will right there, because there's tons of stuff that you know I'm pet peeved by, but you know, whatever. Okay, here's a hard hitting question for you, and you got to really think long and hard about this one.
Okay. Destiny's
Child or TLC? Go.
Whoa, Destiny's Child or TLC? I would probably say that I would pick Destiny's Child, because when I was growing up, like, their songs were the ones that I guess I could relate to more, because I was a little bit younger, I think. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. Here's another one like that.
Okay.
Deep dish or thin crust?
Ooh. Deep dish or thin crust? Deep dish.
Okay. going along those lines, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Ketchup or mustard?
Mustard. I don't even really eat that much ketchup, even on fries.
Right.
I eat fries by itself.
Right. Exactly. See, that's why you and I click, because I don't like anything on my fries. I mean, I think it takes away from the taste of the fry.
Yes.
Okay. Here, I mean, I pretty much I already could tell the answer to this one, but I'll ask it just because people say, well, you should ask that. Why not?
Okay.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Whoa. It's a little bit easy for me. My answer would be Michael Jackson, even though, don't get me wrong, Prince is dope. Prince is super dope. Like When Doves Cry is one of my favorite songs ever. I think that song's like one of the sickest songs in the entire universe, and I love it so much.
I do believe, if people in Salinas were there, I do believe you performed that live at Casa Sorrento.
Yes. So, I mean, you don't get me wrong, I love Prince, but I think a lot of people, you always have to go with your gut and with your heart and like what music really kind of tugs at your heartstrings. And when I was even a kid, I heard like these old school Michael Jackson songs, and those are like some of my favorite songs, favorite music of all time. Like I would literally cover some of those songs if I could. Like if I make a cover album in the future, I would do that. And so that's why Michael Jackson's such a huge part of my life, because of his songs he made when he was a kid.
Got you. Okay, 2 more hard-hitting questions. Okay. Which is more romantic, the sound of falling rain or a crackling fireplace?
Oh, a sound of falling rain, because I'm a Pisces, and Pisces love anything water-related, so I love the beach, I love rain, the sound of rain, I love swimming pools, islands, anything like that is super romantic to me. It's like my favorite thing.
There's a lot of beachfront property in Sharyn land, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, the last hard hitter that I'm going to hit you with before we start wrapping it up here. The Breakfast Club or 16 Candles?
Whoa, I would definitely say The Breakfast Club.
Really?
Because, yeah.
Wow, that shocks me.
16 Candles was one of my, not least favorite, but out of all of the Brat Pack and all of those, like Andrew McCarthy, Molly Ringwald stuff, it was a little bit my least favorite because it wasn't as romantic as I like. So I loved Pretty in Pink. So then when you put these two together, I loved Breakfast Club more because it was more like, I love conversation. I love that intimate feeling of getting to know people like on a closer basis. And so these kids that had to like get to know each other for the span of a day and just kind of, they transformed from being strangers to kind of feeling like, oh, I know this guy or I know this girl. I found that to be more entertaining and more just like tugs at my heart more than 16 Candles.
Wow, see, because I really would have thought that last scene in 16 Candles where they're like in the window and they're over the birthday cake and they kiss at the end, I thought that would really have gotten you.
Oh no, not at all. Who cares?
Oh wow. Wow.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, you know what it is? Like I said, because I love conversation so much, I don't even remember what was so special about her conversation with Jake Ryan. Like, what did they talk about? Is it just he thought he's cute and then they like each other? So to me, there's like no depth to that. That's why people that I can talk to, people that I can have like the dopest conversations with, that's who I feel closest to.
Well, I think the whole thing of that movie was, it wasn't, because you're right, you can't really pick out any dialogue that they had between each other, other than it was more of like the gesture of him, like, celebrating her birthday, which was forgotten by her family. I think that's what won her over.
Yeah, but I don't even know who he is.
Right,
you know
exactly.
I mean? Like,
well, he's the guy with the red car.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care about that.
and he threw a pretty wild party.
Yeah.
You know,
I would not be interested in that.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about once again, the One Deluxe Edition is available now for purchase at SharynLand.com. Give me all the specs on the album. I know it's like 10 remixes and like 3 new songs. Or am I getting that right?
Yes, the one album, which will finally be available on CD, it's going to have all 11 album tracks. So it's going to have Feels Like Heaven, If I Could See You Again, Remember the Days, All Day, All Night, Party, The One, which is the title track, Reverse, Love Flows, Take Me to Ibiza, Love Is Where You Are, and Tears I Cry. So it's going to have all those tracks. Unlike the digital version has one bonus track, which is called Famous, the CPR's Clubhouse mix. But the CD will have 3 new bonus tracks. So the CD will have Tears I Cry, the Hyperspace mix. It'll have a brand new unreleased track called Better Than Ever. And it will have Sharyn Uncovered 4, which if you are a hardcore fan and you've had all my other albums, you'll know that the uncovered versions or the uncovered track is kind of like a little medley that I do kind of live on the piano, just very intimate between me and the fans. It's like our little moment together at the end of the album.
Well, a little bit of a deep dive going into the whole Sharyn Uncovered series. Did you ever find out what Shizzy means?
Yes, I figured it out when I listened to it. What I mean is something like from the start, and I was just like, from the date.
Okay, got you. A little bit of a deep dive right there. Go back and check it out. I always enjoy having Sharyn on the show. You are, an awesome artist, an awesome someone I consider a friend. And, it's always great having you on. Thanks to everybody who was checking out your Facebook Live. Hopefully they enjoyed our little repartee, so to speak. And, I think it's time to talk about a little bit of Better Than Ever.
Okay.
So this basically, is it pretty self-descriptive or what?
Yeah, Better Than Ever was one of the few songs that I thought and I wanted to be a part of the One. But every time you work as an artist on an album, you really have to, at the very end, edit. And you got to say, does each song exactly fit on this album? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, it doesn't matter if, you put Thriller, you put this, sometimes you're you want the hits or you want, a song that just is a perfect match for the whole collection. And so for some personal reason, it was just I don't think it fits on here, and so it just didn't make it onto the album. And so when it came time to choose a bonus track and to make sure that the fans had some added gifts, I said, I think they would actually love this song. So I think now is the time to share it.
Now is definitely the time. So it's available on the hard copy, which you can buy right now at SharynLand.com. The One Deluxe Edition. Go on there. Go on SharynLand.com. Not only get the albums, all of the albums if you don't have them, also get the Sharyn Experience, where she'll sing you a song. She'll, give you life advice. She might even tap dance. Who knows? It depends on how much you pay. So with that, let's jump into Better Than Ever, the latest. I'm told there's a little bit of a different version about to come out, but this is, I guess you would call it the demo version.
Yeah, it's the only DJ Kazzeo has this version.
This is an exclusive. And once again, thank you so much, Sharyn, for calling in tonight. Stay on the line because, we always have to, do our thing and finish up. So
okay.
Hold on a second and let's get into it. Sharyn Maceren, Better Than Ever.
All right.